Here we go, we have TB3, one of the first matches in Div 3. We have Boom versus Tro, I've forgotten the name of the actual teams. One RetroRocket versus Boomstickers, there we go. The colours of the players may not work, because I'm bad, but there we go. Following Gandhi, who's just picked up the eyes. Gets a nice frag on Leno. Okay, it seems like Boom are going to be white. Let's check this over with Derelictors. No, I've messed this up. There we go. That seems to have worked. Okay, so Tro are green and Boomstickers are white. That's how we're going to have to do it because I can't find a brown one. Kailan in a good position with a rocket launcher. Frag on Evil, who I've just commentated playing some duels, so Evil definitely very warmed up, having some good duels. 12 to 16 this game. From the looks of things, it could be very, very close. I don't know pretty much any of these players, or the teams, but that's the best part. We get to learn as we go along. Hemlock goes down to 2 rockets from Leno. Nice frag there from Akvader. Should be able to find multi-bear, does. Has the red and the rocket. Good stack. But is found by the entire enemy team. An unfortunate position to be in, goes down to Gandhi. Straight immediate death after that. And the backpack will have 5 rockets in it for the next player. Hemlock in the water, not spotted by Akvader until it was too late. Gets multi-bear on the respawn with the shotgun. I think I need a better player switching thing. I don't know if it auto switches on items. There we go. Auto track is on. That'll help a lot. We are now on the quad of Evil. Good frags at the start. Quad not dropped. I don't believe in this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I have limited experience. I believe quad's not dropped in 4-on-4. Good rockets through there. Leno just holding position. Whoever's shooting at them knows they're in here. 1 frag difference here. Nice rocket. Multi-bear held out for as long as they could, but weren't able to collect the frag. Good jumping in. Leno shooting down other players. Has a stack. Has the quad. Has the weaponry. But this map's big and there's a lot of places to hide, so I'd expect a lot of the Tro players... one RetroRocket. RetroRocket. Let's go with that. I'm just going off of Tro because it's what it says there. I guess that's because they're hip and with it. You know, they may be RetroRocketers, but they're hip and with it and down with the kids. I'm just tempted to make a terrible Gen Alpha joke, but no. We're going to keep that away from QuakeWorld. as much as we can. A little bit of a lead brought on onto Boom by that slight advantage. Boom leads by 5 frags. It's not much, but Kylon has the pent. Can't find any opponents to fight though. Much pent as you like, but if you can't find anybody to fight, you're gonna struggle. Finds Multi-Bear, gets the frag. Terrible respawn there from Evil. Unlucky, gets taken straight down, and another terrible respawn, but might be able to get out of this. Does in fact get away from that one. Very nicely done, Evil. Good movement getting out of there. Kylon going to just wait around this spot, waiting for the red. So let him take it, he's got Rocket. So worth waiting for. No ammo, does need to pick up some ammo. Gets it from Multi-Bear. Couple of shots. Hemlock's got some decent health. And down goes Kylon. This quad is up. It is taken by Multi-Bear, but immediately goes down straight after. Red on Leno with good stack. Red, rocket, grenades, LG. A lot of ammo on those rockets. Leno with the full rocket stack right now. Chasing down Evil. Evil gets a good rocket on there. Taken down round the corner. Multi-Bear low after that shot. Big shot there. Leno, very good frags. 29 at the top of this scoreboard. RetroRocket's pretty even throughout their players. Leno right now realistically taking advantage of being alive for a while with the stack, with the rockets, being given those extra items. Derelict 85 with the quad. Quad double shotgun, very powerful. Very powerful combo. Generally the preferred combo in Quake 3 type modes as well, because the hitting yourself with a quad rocket sucks. So double barrel shotgun, very good. Goes down. Now on to Leno. Multi-Bear going in there, not quite connecting any of those rockets right off the back. Evil a bit too early to that red. Might need to fiddle with the settings on auto track and stuff like that. Nice shots there. Leno now again with this quad. $37 frags. Gandhi with 21 doing pretty well. But second place on their Boomstickers with a lot more frags. A couple more frags than first place on the other team, and a lot more as you go down the line. $100-49. They're in double the lead at the 9-minute mark. It's not a great place to be if you are RetroRocketers. A quad comes up. Agvader explodes himself and everybody in the room. Hemlock hunting for some frags, but doesn't want to push in here. Knows that Leno has something. Nobody wants to take a fight against this rocket. Leno playing very strong this game. Surviving always. From the chaos of a couple of games of deathmatch where everybody always has all the weapons, into 4-on-4 where quite often you are left with no stack and just your shotgun to fend for yourself. Now the shotgun can do a lot of damage, but if your opponent's got a rocket, Hemlock getting out of there, doing the right thing, got bounced up by the rocket and just deciding to get out. Evil had some stack, multi-bear a decent frag there. Vader now with the pent. Pent, quad, and now it's hiding time for one RetroRocket. But they can't seem to hide. Vader just keeps finding them off the spawns. Only 39 health. But that's fine when you've got the pent. Takes the red. Pent runs out. Quad's still up though. But now there's still a danger. You know, quad's gone. Probably want to be looking around for some health, but still very much a danger in this fight. Hemlock with a good stack, but get taken out, the double team. But it's traded for, at least. It's traded for. One RetroRocket are keeping this pegged at 50-50. You know, it's a frag for a frag and a half. Almost. Not great music, Andy. Apologies for the yawns. Regular viewers will be used to it. Yeah, not great move. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. Premature rocket explosion. Happens to the best of us. Leno just hoovering up some items. Let's move on to some other players. Let's move on to players over on the other team, because we're not seeing much of one RetroRocket with the auto tracker right now. Let's see some of the green team. Gandhi just waiting around for that rocket launcher. Now moves in. Good shots. Vader takes the quad. Oh, quad does get dropped, actually. Okay. I was wrong with what I said earlier. Quad does, in fact, get dropped and picked up. And now Gandhi has a good position to try and take some frags with the quad. No health left, so that could be a problem. Gets taken out. Oh, the quad doesn't drop. Never mind, they must just have not picked up the quad. I thought I heard it get picked up. Vader at Mega. Let's get on to Evil. Playing a lot quieter of a game than while playing Duel. Playing Duel against Lurk. Having an absolute flying time, never silent. Flying around the map. Good frag from Hemlocks. Kailan on the quad, gets the frag, gets the quad. And now down to hunting. LG out, shotgun at the ready. Super shotgun will be really powerful if they can find anyone. Got a good amount of health, so it could definitely take a lot of these fights. And they don't last long if you can connect a couple of shots. Just blitzing everybody with the LG. Time left on quad. 5 frags I think already with this quad. And there it is. The scoreboard flying away from RetroRocketers again. But they're picking up some frags. They are keeping this, like I said, about 50-50. That does mean 2-1, but still. Despite losing all the major items, they're still able to stem the flow with none of the pence and stuff. Leno has picked it up. This is a danger. This is a danger to the scoreline. Been fragging really well this game. Has a little bit of a stack left over. It's not much, but it's something. 55 against a rocket, going to do nothing really. It'll protect you from it, but it won't last very long, and there it is, it's gone. But against shotguns, very useful to have that 55. You're not scared against a freshly spawned shotgun with 55 red armour. And Leno picks up the next red as well to carry on with this fight. 5 minutes left on the clock. We are at 166 to 82. Boomstickers in the lead massively. Leno picks up the pent. Time to go flying with the rocket launcher. Looking for any players they can take. It's quad pent on Leno. That's even worse than last time when I said it was dangerous. Gandhi in a good position somehow survives that, but goes down eventually. You're not going to do much against a guy you can't kill and who does 4 times the normal damage. And underwater, very difficult to escape from. But the longer you can keep them down in the water, that can still be a good thing. If you can keep your opponent down in the water with you, as they're dangerous, saves a bit of time, saves your teammates from getting taken out so quickly. Kylon takes the red. And it's high control from Boomstickers on this map. Quad on Evil. Evil might just use this to defend. Not many weapons. Just a tiny bit of LG left. Super Shotgun can be powerful. But if Evil just uses this to control and hold this red, that could be a very nice position to take. Pushes into the rocket launchers. Using that quad. Gets a rocket launcher himself. On the last dying seconds of the quad, uses it for some good. Gets a few good frags. Stems that flow. They've brought it back now. 100 frags the difference. It is no longer double the number. Oh no, it is. That's 9. Yeah, never mind. My math is bad. Still double the number. But they're holding it steady. You know, the numbers aren't going out. I'm not sure who picked what maps of this. Big frag there. Not great connection from the LG on that last fight. Evil has a little bit of stack and a lot of rockets to use up. 2.5 minutes left. Fighting for this red. Kylon goes down. Leno takes the red. Takes a rocket directly to the face. Evil should win this fight. Does. Should have spotted the red when. I don't think he's noticed it. Going to be waiting here for the entire respawn time practically. I'm not going to say a number because I've forgotten what it is in this game. But there it is. Finds a frag on Kylon. Should be able to pick up a LG for the sake of it. Very nicely done. Moves in. Goes down. Gandhi's got the quad and goes down immediately after. Quad hit. Big shot. Leno bounced up into the air. Shooting grenades around the corners. Manages to survive out of that. Leno gets Evil. Frag difference 200 to 100, 203 to 110. One health survival? No, not quite. Hemlock goes down. A minute left on the clock. Evil comes through the teleporter at the wrong time, right in front of Kylon, who's stacked up and ready. Has no rockets left yet. Picking up a couple just there for that fight. Quad gets picked up and immediately goes down. I think that's completely wasted quad. Final quad of the game, that one. I believe. Is the sidebar not working properly? How do I set up the... help, please. Less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Kylon taken down by Hemlocks. For some reason just couldn't connect with the LG. But that is it. A fantastic game ends. The scoreline reading 215 to Boom and 121 to RetroRocket. And we move on to our next map. The second map is beginning. We're on Sloss. 1-0 to Boomstickers. Will it swing the other way this time? There's been a player change. We have Hemlock's Lie out and Grid in. But Boomstickers remains the same. 1 RetroRocket. Making a switch. Grid, a good player. I like this map a lot. Early Pent on Evil. Made a pretty good use of it, actually. Unlucky under. Yellow armor's up. We'll see this time. Last map was very much a roamers map. This map, as quad goes to multiplayer, gets a couple of frags and then goes down. This map's much more about staying in your place and playing together as a team, like linking up together. So we'll see if on this map there's a lot more of that. Because last map I wasn't too sure about. It's only the second time I've even seen that map. So apologies for possibly bad knowledge, but I have played this map a few times in a tournament last summer and some pickups, and I've watched it a few more times than that even. It is a great map. Just make sure you have the thing that changes the signs, you know. Those who know, know. Multi-bet. Not able to connect anything there. Grid surprised by a player coming through the window and shots being fired. Goes down to some rockets. Multi-bear on the quad position. Derelict gets it. Gets a good couple of shots off. Multi-bear goes down. Pretty much the entirety of 1 RetroRocket going down. 4 health left. Shooting rockets from afar. Can't afford to go in. You'd rather stay alive and pick off anyone who comes to you singularly than go down with the quad. Only a second or so left on that quad, so that's not too bad of a loss. Right at the end there. Leno's going to be holding down this yellow armor position. And everybody links back up in Cathedral. Rocket launcher in there. Secured. Multi-bear unfortunate to come round. Good shots in there from whoever was shooting up the back. And we see all together. Unfortunately, all together also means all dead together. But they do manage to take down that player at the end. I forgot who we were spectating at that time. Kylon in for the quad. Going to have backup from Derelict, I think, going through here. And they're going to move through. Derelict takes the rocket launcher. Kylon already has one. Just needs a few more ammo for it. Now, if they can pick up this red, which will be soon, then they'll be able to take control of more places. The thing with this map is it is impossible, even if you have 4 players all playing solo, it's impossible to take control of everything on the map. You can pretty much solo hold down this red cathedral room, but if 2 players come in, you're going to struggle with it. You know, because you can take the upper. There's rockets outside. You're going to have to go and get a weapon from elsewhere, but if you bring a weapon into Cathedral, you can hold it down. But the number of places on this map is impossible to hold them all down, so you're always going to be coming up against players that have something. Everybody rushing in, trying to take down this quad, and they just couldn't land any shots with the shotgun. Didn't want to shoot with the rockets, or possibly run out of rockets maybe. But it's a risky shot in that closed space to be shooting quad rockets. You are more likely to just blow yourself up as well. Sometimes it's worth it, in the last second, you know, just take everybody out. Was that a mid-air from Vader? I think they managed to pick up a frag of mid-air stature there. Nice jump up frag on Evil. Taking the red and now off to find some score. We are coming up on the 5-minute mark. And we have a 47-28 Boomstickers in the lead. This is the silver place semi-final, if I didn't say that at the start. I've now checked the listings. Kylon quad? Oh, quad pent. I just completely didn't notice that had been picked up. Bad commentator, to be fair. I'm learning. I love doing it so much, but gotta learn. Multi-bear doesn't even know being attacked from 2 angles. Grid comes in at a bad time, manages to dodge most of that rocket, but then taken out by the shotgun. And then respawns right in the same place again. Kylon does wait a long time before shooting the rockets, makes absolutely sure that they're going to hit, which is probably a good thing. You don't have too many of them. Sometimes it's okay to spam them if you end up with a stack of a lot of them from picking up backpacks and such. But sometimes, like here, you might as well spam them. You know, you're not going to blow yourself up. You got a quad rocket and you've got 45 rockets. Just like, you know, shoot them into the abyss because Evil's got the red, but you might as well take him out. But there's other times where you've only got 2 rockets and you've really got to make them count because 2 rockets could be 2 kills. Cheers for the follow, Mythic. Let's hop around a little bit. I want to see who's got control of Cathedral right now. Boom taking control of Cathedral right as the red comes up, but nobody really holding it down completely on this match. Quite often you'll see somebody just always in Cathedral from one of the teams, and trying to get them out of Cathedral can be really difficult. Because they'll just be stacked up, and then the next player will come in, and they'll defend Cathedral together until the next red armor comes up, and then they'll swap over. Unfortunate telefrag for whoever just got absolutely mutilated there. Nice shot with the quad onto Evil. Red should be coming up soon, I think, but that might be going to another team member. They want to get out and get some frags with this quad while they still can. But it looks like most of RetroRocket are hiding just for now.
Awesome.
Cheers for the follow. And that's definitely the best thing to do when you're out of control in that moment. Hide out in places that you can kind of keep an eye on things. You might not be able to hide out anywhere that you can see, but hiding out in places you can... might not be able to hide out in places you can contest, but you can hide out in places that you can see other things. A little bit of a pause. Reconnection from grid coming through. I mean, yeah, if your ping's 954 and you've got 57% packet loss, to be fair, you've probably crashed. But it's going quite well right now. We're 7:45 in. And Boomstickers have a 60 frag lead. That is quite a big lead. It's going to be hard for RetroRocket to overcome that, I think. But they might be able to. Does WebQTV have stats better than mine? If anybody currently in chat can tell me how to fix the... Oh, my thing doesn't show up. Fix this. I can't figure out... I'm sure I had it working before where it shows all of them. But the team grid? Team info. Let's try and get this fixed. No, I think that's the wrong bit. Ah, if it's big enough. Aha, haha. HUD editor. Make you bigger. F2 to toggle resizing. It doesn't seem to want to resize. We are getting back into the game though. Let's put that back just here. And we'll try and make it bigger later. 94 to 34 as we've re-entered play. And I shall put myself on top of it, and then the quads and stuff will come through on the side, blah blah blah. RetroRocket have got a chance to come back at this. Of course, it's never over until the Fat Lady sings, especially in QuakeWorld. They didn't have a greatest of starts, but if they can get control over that cathedral area and get a few good runs on quad and a pent and stuff like that, then they've got a pretty good chance. I don't think they massively need to take this area here. Actually, wait, is this cathedral? No, that's tower. I think. That's cathedral. Yeah, that's cathedral. Cathedral with the red. And tower with the... I'm terrible at names, even when I know them. I'm just absolutely dreadful at place names in games. And don't get me started on car was called car because in CS 1.5 and all of that sort of stuff. Leno having an absolute feast right there with the rocket launcher around the corner. People just running straight into him. Kylan's got an absolute stack and the quad and should be able to capitalise on that with the scoreboard. 30 frags by the looks of things coming through very quickly for Boomstickers, and barely any on the scoreboard here for RetroRocket. They are falling behind drastically right now. Is unfortunate with the pause, but they could not come back and retake certain places after respawning. Still doable. 10 minutes, hey. If a team can do it to you in 10 minutes, then you can do it to them in the following 10 minutes. Leno's got the eyes, I can see, on the small bit that I can see, but Kylan's got this quad, so it's a nice position to be in for sure. Grid, mutual frag there, Leno just holding out, looking invisible. Just holding out on here, waiting for this mega to come back up. Right now, there's no need for Boomstickers to try and push. They have control over the places that they want to have control over, and they have the map score. So there's no need for them to really push in and try and take things. They can even give up this quad pretty much, as long as they're careful with what they do now to not lose too many frags to it. But Gandhi should be able to have a good run of this quad. Going to use it, of course, to try and hold down an area. Nice rocket in there. 2 frags, but blows them. Oh no, Leno actually takes out Gandhi. Doesn't even get taken out by their own quad rocket. Despite being on fairly low health for that sort of direct splashback from running into someone. Nice shot there. Direct rocket from Leno and a nice mid-air to finish off Multibear. Takes the fight and takes the red. Multibear comes back in. Gonna lose that fight again. There's nothing you can really do when your opponent has a rocket launcher upper ground and is in the right place. All of RetroRocket playing around this quad, and that is an unfortunate shot. Lucky to be alive here, Evil. Gonna go down to the nail gun. Rocket jumping off of Grid's head to get up there, and then Gandhi with a bad placement, terrible respawn. Grid's in there as well. Everybody fighting over this yellow and this rocket launcher, but right now Leno has a rocket launcher and has control. Oh, this is Cathedral. Okay. Unfortunate from Evil, not sure where the shots were coming from, just got bounced up into the air. 131 frags now. That is an absolute monstrous frag difference. I did forget how big the frag difference can be in this game. Because in Xenotic and Quake 3 that I've played before, you use about, if you want a mercy limit on, you put about 40. You just wouldn't be able to put a 40 mercy limit. Not 40 frags, but 40 difference in frags. You just wouldn't be able to put that on QuakeWorld, because you can make back 40 frags. It seems like One RetroRocket are just getting demolished on this map. Last map they were holding it to 50-50. Well, not quite 50-50, but a 2-to-1 ratio. This map, they are holding nothing to nobody right now. 4-to-1, the ratio, really. 50 frags. 55 now. Over to nearly 200. They've picked up a couple of frags here, though. And now we'll pick up the quad, but go straight down Multibear. Managing to get the quad is very good, though. So that's important for them. Now watching Leno just holding out. Let's get over to a fight. Let's actually press some buttons instead of relying on the auto cue. Evil going down to a rocket from behind, gets a terrible respawn. That has just been the story of Evil's match right now. Is Evil gets blown up by something that they were fighting someone else, gets blown up from behind, and then immediately respawns in exactly the same fight, but now without a weapon. Huge chaos going off. Kylon can't even figure out what's a teammate and what's an opponent. Shooting absolutely everybody. Gets a Gandhi from above. There's no point shooting down. Trying to save rockets here. Penta quad, but no rocket launcher. Well, 1 rocket left. So trying to find some more rockets. Takes down Multibear with the final one. Picks up some nades to take some more rocket launcher ammo. Poor respawn from Evil right next to the guy with Penta quad. Pent's gone. But holding out for this red armor. Taking top of Church. Oh, that's it. This is Church, not Cathedral. Yes, and the other one's Cathedral. Good air shot from Leno there. Should be able to take down Grid in this fight, but Evil comes in with some good rockets. Low health though, but neither player can manage to put up quite a stack. Fantastic play there from Leno, managing to take that as 2 separate fights. Really quite difficult to do, but somehow managing to trick them, use movement in such a way to take those 2 as 2 separate fights instead of fighting them both at the same time. And now Leno with the quad, going to be knocking up some more frags on the leaderboard. This map has really gone one way for Boomstickers. They've taken the lead and they have just ran with it right now. No fights going off right now, just strangely. Derelict should take that yellow and does. Evil gets terrible spawn. Evil gets another terrible spawn. Feel bad for the guy. Not his fault half these deaths. You know, you might be able to do something about half of them, but the other half, no, you've got no chance. No chance, just respawning terribly. Large stack here and a lot of rockets for Akvader. And he runs into the wrong guy with the rocket launchers. Derelict's holding down the cathedral well, and that yellow armor. Red's up, nobody there to defend it, so Ak's going to take it. Gandhi has a little bit of say, but doesn't want to get too far involved. Knows that Ak's got a rocket launcher. No point trying too hard. Grid in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nearly gets away with it. Multi-Bear, nice shot up through the bottom. But the grenades coming out. Spammed round the corner. Multi-Bear goes down again. Derelict has the quad. Into Multi-Bear, who's got some good shots off. They've done a fair bit of damage to this quad as it came through with the 2 of them with rocket launchers, but it does get taken down. Minute and a half left on the clock before the pain for one RetroRocket is over. Not been a good map for them at all. This one's one to forget. 287 to 69. Nice. Really one to forget right now. Get back to the way they were playing on the previous map. We haven't seen what I said at the start of this map. We haven't seen too much of these teams fighting it out as a pack animal sort of thing. We've seen a lot more. We've definitely seen the holding compared to the rotating and roaming that we were seeing on the last map, but we've seen very little playing together as a pack. And unfortunately, when one team has played together as a pack, it tends to be RetroRockets, and they tend to get blown up by a quad rocket. Unlucky for both of those two. See, playing together as a team and dying together as a team. An absolute massacre right now. Multi-Bear goes down. 5 seconds left on the clock. They're all trying to escape. That's a very nice shot from Leno in the last second. And there it goes. Boomstickers 310 to 72. An absolute massacre of these guys on Sloss. We'll move on to the next map in the best of 3. And we'll see where this leads us. Into map number 3. Will we be going to map number 4, or is this going to be a sweep for I've forgotten the name. Boomstickers. Told you it was terrible with names. Another player swap out, and Flash comes in and immediately self-kills. Akvader also goes down to a suicide. Or a team kill. But we are on one of the classic DM maps that I forget the number of. Oh, actually, this is E2M1, isn't it? I'm terrible with map names. Just, if we're ever playing a duel together, just vote a map. It's fine. Red 3. Evil's going to take it and take a frag on the way down onto Kailan. Takes the quad. Good stack, good weapons, and a quad. Evil looking dangerous right now. For the first time, I think, in this entire match, we have a lead for Tro. Oh, and look, Evil getting good shots out here. Can't quite connect with them all. Gandhi's going to be in there to be a bit of a distraction. Leno goes down, gets the trade out. Evil right now. Boomstickers perfectly even. 4-4-4-4. Flash is off of being on -1. And Evil's out in front. Quads up. Multi-Bear's got it. First 2 quads now going the way of RetroRockets. Now Multi-Bear's going to want some more snacks, so heading up to this red. Accidentally falls down. You can't use your rocket launcher if you've got a quad. And during that time, Boomstickers have managed to flick themselves into the lead. Huge frag, unfortunate teammate frag as well. Vader down to 2 rockets. No rockets left here for Multi-Bear. Tries to rocket jump out of the way with the stack. Use the stack to get away. I was saying it in a dual commentary earlier. You've got stack. You can use it. Trade stack for positioning. Sometimes it's better to have stack and sometimes it's better to have positioning. Right now, better to have positioning to be able to take this quad. Leno's got it, and we know what a danger Leno can be with a quad and a weapon. Now takes the red armor. Looking for a little bit of health, but I'm going to find a mega. Uncontested. Very nicely done. Leno very content to just have this quad and not even try to use it, you know, not going on the hunt at all. This quad will just probably run out with no fights. Indeed it does. But they took it away from their opponent and surviving is better. Leno has a very good stack and a very good rocket launcher. So going into more fights, no need. Whoever just came through that teleporter decided, nope, I'm not taking this one. Flash going to head off as well. No need to chase from Leno. We'll just hold it down. Multi-Bear picking up the quad, immediately blown up by Kailan. We're back on Leno. Let's swap around because Leno is taking up the majority of the screen time right now. Vader with this. Fun to pick up. Really fun to pick up that one. Mega. I'm going to sneeze. And we're back. Oh, I should unbind. Pause. There we go. I have control pause bound to mute my microphone, so you don't have to hear me sneeze. Lightning gun coming out down at the bottom. And actually not much lightning gun action. I forgot there was even a lightning gun on this map. But it is of course under the water in the most bait place possible. Make sure you don't have your lightning gun out while you're running around underwater. Ooh, unlucky for Flash there. Takes aim at an enemy. Gets knocked into a teammate. That's a good stack with this pent. Used it well, for sure. Spots Leno down there, but not going to engage. She's going to hold down this yellow room. Feed some yellows to your teammates, might as well. And then we'll go for fighting on the quad. Quad coming up soon, for sure, if they're going to be standing right there. And there it is, it's taken by Flash. Flash has good stack. Good stack, good weapons to be able to use this. A big rocket comes through. And Flash takes out 2, takes out 3. Fantastic fighting at Hill right there. Survives and comes out with a good amount of stack. Gonna run all the way up to the top. Ooh, unfortunate flick there. I don't know if that lag appeared on Flash's screen as well, but I did see a tiny bit of lag. No excuses, but you know, we'll always give players their dues. Always trying to help players out with excuses here. I need enough of them. Sweep up some rockets and some ammo packs from down under. I was very scared when that player popped out that Flash might go, oh, I just picked up some ammo for the LG. I think I'll use my LG on them. I'm not saying I've done it before, but I've definitely done it before. Oh, unlucky there for Kylarm. Flash comes through the back. They'll be fighting around this LG a little bit now in the water. It's the right time to do it. Rocket launcher to the face. Evil. Got very good aim with the rocket launcher. Prediction, not always there. But raw aim when you're just in a straight gunfight goes very well. Unfortunate Evil turning up just slightly too late, and Ak Vader gets a nice predictive rocket to take Evil out. Gandhi goes down. The LGs are out on this top stack, fighting over this next quad. I think he's got a little while till it turns up though. But Kylan holding down the position, and then Ak Vader just in this corner absolutely spamming out, using those large resources of rockets just to keep holding it down. Takes the quad, picks up a red, and now is off to pick up health. I don't think you needed that 5 extra rockets, really. Flash, unfortunate pop out, trying to find a little bit of health, and runs into a guy with a quad. Multi-bear running away. Evil hides around the corner. They are holding it a lot closer here. One rocket. One RetroRocket. I'm terrible with names, I really am. 81 to 54 at the 9-minute mark is not a bad scoreline after what happened on Schloss. I think they're certainly making the most of a lot of these opportunities. They've been much more involved in the fights. On Schloss they were there, but really not looking to pick anything up, and if they did, it was going to be wasted anyway. Just immediately taken down, but here they've been able to pick up quite a few of the fights, and at the very least force Boomstickers to retreat and hide for a few seconds for the duration of the quad, to try and pick damage on the red armor and stuff like that. It does feel like they've been playing much closer together. I'll try and find some examples of it, but of course, at the moment, everybody's playing individually. Although we are going for this pent fight right now. Up the stairs and nicely done. It's strange. People are popping in and out of the board on the side. 47 frag lead now. With 9 minutes remaining. It's not unovercomable. It kind of feels like it could be if Boomstickers managed to push back into this game and take more control like they seem to have in the last couple of minutes. But certainly if RetroRocket managed to pick up a quad. Next quad will be very important, really. This quad, how much can they hold? But next quad, when it comes up, if RetroRocket can pick up that quad, get it to someone with rockets, get it to someone with some stack, I think they can do... They can do some damage with that. Multi-bear fighting at hill. Quad should be coming soon, I think. Definitely, there's a fight up on the top. Flash is in place. Everybody's where they need to be, and Leno's managed to pick up this quad. So unfortunate for RetroRocket that they are now trailing by 2-1. That 2-1 ratio's back. Kylon chasing a player straight into the arms and the quad of Leno. Again, just holding off. There's no need to make a quad work. It's absolutely fine to just take the quad and sit on it, and if somebody turns up, they will... Yeah. They can have it. They cannot have it. Especially with the lead that these guys have got. There's no need to risk it. They can keep taking it, and then they come back with rockets, with stack, and they're able to just immediately take the next quad. And then maybe do some damage with it this time. Now Leno will need to get some health stacked up because they haven't been able to. Checking in whether that mega's up. And now a 200-200 stack with the quad. Quite a scary prospect. Really? Quad's disappeared. At least there's that. The quad's disappeared. Leno's been playing fantastically this whole game. Vader with more frags right now, but the way Leno's playing is really nice. I like it a lot. Let's get over. Let's go watch Flash for a bit. Okay, never mind. Let's get back to Flash. It's unfortunate that whenever I jump onto people, they seem to fall very quickly after I get on them. Curse the commentator and all that. Flash holding out here, trying to wait for the opponent to come to them. Okay, that's just unlucky. Good tag in there from Gandhi. Goes up for air. Waiting for this LG down low. Probably going to take some damage. Pent soon. And Pent's up. Flash is in the right place. Has some good health, but not going to be able to fight Kylon. Especially not while Leno is there with the Pent. Resisting all damage. Going for the red armor while holding the Pent. Maybe going to hold it for a teammate. But certainly not going to let Gandhi get away with it. A good Pent for Leno. Again, not masses made off of it, but a couple of frags and holding position. and absolutely holding down that red armour, keeping control of it for the team. Always a good thing to have. Vader holding down this rocket position. Picks up another rocket launcher. Flash coming out the water. Knowing that probably got a little bit of time before they need to explode them. Derelict playing this quad very conservatively, like more so than we've seen prior. Mega's up, down on the lower. There it is. Now goes for a bit of a hunt with the quad. There's a few players hanging around, you might as well try and get some of them. (189 to 66) the scoreline. It's being held steady. About 3 to 1 the ratio this time. Boomstickers have definitely got a little bit stronger working together as a team as these 3 games have gone on. Warmed up to working together again. Not saying they weren't doing it amazingly in the first one, but it did seem, now that the games have gone on, it seems like in that first match that One Retro Rocket were together more, warmed up as a team. The Boomstickers have just improved as the night's gone on. Quad disappears, but a frag comes through nonetheless for Leno. Let's try and get on someone else. I'm really trying. We do need the auto queue just in case. 2 minutes remaining. 134 frag lead. It's a big lead. Can Gandhi bring any of it back with this? Over at the quad, it's been lost to Derelict. Multi-Bear's going to try and fight that, but Derelict just with slightly too much health to be able to be fought there. Multi-Bear takes a lot of damage for a random grenade coming down. Wouldn't have even been aimed at them. Ooh, unlucky. Straight out the water and fragged by someone you couldn't even see. Evil goes down to the quad, picked up by Derelict just in its last seconds. Multi-Bear holding well down this rocket launcher location. Now moving out to the Pent area. There's a Mega up, it's not bad. Vader up there, takes a rocket straight to the face. I believe has the stack to be able to maintain that. Multi-Bear picking nicely up the Mega. Derelict with another quad to come through. Trying to pick that back up and just close the gap to the teammates. All pretty even there on Boomstickers. Derelict just slightly further behind. They did have a lot less quads until recently. 15-20 seconds left on the clock as we run this down. It is going to be a 3-0 victory overall to Boomstickers. They will move on in the bracket to face the winner of whatever the next game is. They will move on to the final versus Red Alert. So GG to everybody. Fantastic game. And yeah, go check out all the links. I'll post the thing in chat. Thank you very much for watching. 3-0 on Boomstickers' side. Well played from everybody, of course, on RetroRocket's side. I'll see you in the next ones.